Hello, my name is Dr. Priscilla, the founder of Speak Excellent English. I created this video to help students who are preparing for the IELTS exam. I want you to know in the speaking part of the exam, in speaking part 1 of the IELTS, you'll be asked about 12 questions based on maybe 3 topics. The examiner will take about 4 to 5 minutes to ask you a lot of questions. Your answers do not need to be terribly long, but they do need to be clear and concise. So for everything I would suggest that you are asked, try to come up with 3 responses or 3 sentences. And before you know it, the 5 minutes will be over and you will have answered about 15 questions. So the examiner may ask you questions about work. Any number of these questions he or she may ask you. He may ask you about your hometown. Here are some of the questions that you might be asked. You may even be asked about your study habits. What do you study? Why do you study it? Do you like it? And finally, you may be asked about your birthdays. There are many questions that the examiner will ask that he or she can ask you. Just remember to be relaxed and do your very best to come away with the best score. So as I ask you these questions, I'm going to create this 5-minute video. I'm going to ask you questions. As you answer the questions, hopefully you can give a sufficient answer during the time there is no sound. I will not speak, but this will give you an idea of how long you should speak about something before the examiner interrupts you. It is better for the examiner to interrupt you than for you to stop. But of course, it is okay for you to finish an answer before he goes on to the next question. So the examiner may start at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I'd like to ask you a few questions now. Could you tell me what type of job do you have? Why did you choose that job? Do you like your job? What was your first day at work like? Do you plan to continue with this type of job in your future? Let's go on now, and I'd like to ask you a few questions about your hometown. Where is your hometown? Do you like your hometown? What is there for a foreigner to do or see in your hometown? Has your hometown changed much since you were a child? I'd like to ask you a few questions now about your study habits. Where do you study? What is your favorite subject? Do you get on with your colleagues? If you had the chance, would you change your subject? Now let's talk about birthdays. Do you celebrate your birthday? Do you usually celebrate others' birthdays? What did you do on your last birthday? Which birthdays are considered important in your country? Okay, that concludes my questions. Thank you. Now, you have had an idea of what it's like to have questions asked of you. What I'd like for you to do is to use this video and answer the questions. Thank you for listening. I am Dr. Priscilla, and we'll talk again very, very soon.